Good morning, guys. Let's start reading the Didache now. The Lord's teachings through the 12 apostles to the nations. Now, this is the thing that was not included in the Bible because of questionable reasons. And I think it's worth reading quite a bit. It has 16 chapters, so this isn't gonna take more than a couple of videos, but I'm gonna do it. Chapter 1, the 2 ways and the first commandment. The 2 ways, the first commandment. There are 2 ways, and one of life and one of death, but a great difference between the 2 ways. The way of life then is this. First, you shall love God who made you. Second, love your neighbor as yourself, and do not do to another what you would not want done to you. I've never spoken about these commandments. Maybe I should. It's interesting because obviously this is a massive part of the Bible, but I've never spoken about it. But now that it's in this Didache, I want to talk about it. It's like a different form of approaching the commandments of God. And there's a lot of value in that. When you love God who made you, you're saying a lot of things about yourself. You're saying, for example, that it's good that God made you. It's good to be you. To love God who made you, it includes so much of things that you need as a person. And without them, you have to cope with like lesser things that are corrupt and questionable. Like in the world, they tell you to love yourself, right? Anything that's good about that is already included in loving God, because God is the one who lovingly made you. It's like that love that would be sickly if it was just about you, it gets washed through God. Like the blood of the Messiah washes us clean of our sins. Our love is made something that's much more pure because it's happening through God. And you believe in this, and this is how you think about things. And you can look at other people like that as well, because God also created them. So you have a much more accessible way of loving them that's more real than if you were just, loving yourself. How do you love somebody else because you love yourself? Oh, you're so blessed to be in my presence, the great me. I don't know. That is a really good commandment. You shall love God who made you. Second, love your neighbor as yourself. And this second commandment is kind of a freeing thing, because once you become aware of who you are and you love yourself through God, to love others as yourself, it gives you like kind of liberties. Like let's say that you have a friend and he's a huge fatty. And there's a massive, beautiful cake in his kitchen that you want to eat. Oh, a little dog came and said hello. Hello. Okay. Let's say that you have a friend who is fatty and he has a massive cake. You might think, if I was this fat person, I'm miserable. You can see it in his eyes that he's miserable being fat. Maybe I would want somebody to eat this cake. Like that's what loving yourself is. And then you have now the right to eat his cake. If he's your friend, and there are realistic things to take into account, but this is a really good commandment. People don't think about loving your neighbor as yourself. It's just some kind of like a false sense of love, right? Like, oh, I'll be nice and polite and things like that. No, that's not it. You have no self-awareness if you think that loving yourself is about such things. So these are really good commandments. It's weird that I never spoken about them before. It's the first, the greatest, and then the second greatest. And of these sayings, the teaching is this: bless those who curse you and pray for your enemies, and fast for those who persecute you. Yeah, this is how they expressed what I just said in a way that is ancient. Bless those who curse you. First of all, what are curses? What are blessings? In the world today, it just means that you're saying bad words, right? That's what a curse is. Back then, it would have been something like completely desiring in your heart some kind of an evil to befall somebody, and then being obviously an agent that works towards that goal, because you are the one that has like this seething hatred of somebody, like your neighbor, for example. Like you always, whenever there's an opportunity, you know, throughout the years that he's your neighbor, you're worked against him somehow. You want to see his downfall. That's what a curse would have been. Now it just means somebody says, heck you! I don't know. I try not to curse, so I said that, but you know. And bless. What's that? That's like saying goodbye in a lot of religious circles. I've kind of noticed myself, like I just say, God bless you to somebody who did nice to me. But here you're being instructed to bless people who are actually like really your enemies. So wanting the best for them. Placing the hot coals on their head by doing them a good turn. So maybe they will be ashamed and repent of whatever they did to you. But yeah, like all of this is like persecution. That's not really part of my life, really. So it's a weird commandment. You have to really start to think about things in a free way if you want to hold to these things. I guess if I ate the cake from my fat friend's, you know, kitchen, his freezer, I would be persecuted because of that. You know, that's theft. How dare you eat this delicious cake? But I had my reasons. I was following the second greatest commandment. Anyway, let's continue. For what reward is there for loving those who love you? Yeah, so it's about going like the extra mile. Like really committing yourself to this life. Man, I avoid a lot of people. I avoid a lot of people because I don't know if I could do that. No, that's not the reason. I avoid a lot of people because I don't really have reasons to be around people. I feel like this community that I'm supposed to have with them, community of Christ, I don't have. And I don't believe that I would have that if I went to a church, because I'm against everything that exists in those places. The whole power structure and stuff like that. Like I don't believe in the leaders, they should not be leading. They are the fools that are on horses and princes are on the ground walking. Anyway. Do not the Gentiles do the same, but love those who hate you, and you shall not have an enemy. Abstain from fleshly and worldly lusts. If someone strikes you right cheek, turn to him the other also, and you shall be perfect. There's a lot of information in these things that I guess I need to do like a deep dive on to really just think about them myself also, not just make a video. Like turning the other cheek. Again, we're talking about like something that doesn't happen. I've only been slapped a couple times. And I don't know, I didn't really, I'm talking about it literally now. And I didn't really turn the other cheek. I cried like a little boy when I was slapped. It's saying that somebody does something wrong for you, you know, turn the other cheek. Obviously don't take revenge or something like that. I think to do these commandments as they're written here, you need a lot of spiritual discernment. Like you have to start to really think about what is persecution really. For example, persecution could be not hating YouTube because the algorithm plays by a certain set of rules that I don't want to play by. Like I don't want to worship the algorithm. But I still want, you know, people to come watch my videos and listen to what I have to say and talk to me and leave comments. So I'm not really supposed to hate the YouTube algorithm, I suppose. I'm supposed to turn the other cheek. What does that mean in that context? Does it mean that I start to do the things that the algorithm wants me to do? I hope not, because I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna start making those weird thumbnails where some guy is going, no way. I don't know. I think I just, you know, Let the algorithm have its way with me, and if it's God's will, then it's God's will, and the algorithm has nothing to say about that. That's not the thing that really decided. If someone impresses you for 1 mile, go with him too. Yeah, this is the go extra mile thing. A lot of this is about like real human connection and relationships. Like something like this won't really happen, I think, in most people's life. Maybe if you find like a certain kind of a work environment, somebody like expects constantly out of you something more and more. Are you supposed to go, you know, the extra mile with them? Oof, no. That's like open to abuse then. Like you have to be clever like the serpent and innocent like the dove when it comes to stuff like that. You can't take that literally in like environments like that. Like if some horrible person in authority like abuses you and uses you, you're supposed to just like keep at it. Yeah, let you use me non-stop horribly. No. No way. Or maybe there's a way if you believe. If you believe that God's present in that, that would not be for me. I'm the one who tramples the things that are only good for trampling. This is what I ask for God. Ask of God. Like I'm not the one who's gonna do things like that. If it's a person like who needs help in a work environment, right? Like they're in a tough spot, then I can absolutely see like going the extra mile, but and there's like a flip side to stuff. If someone takes your cloak, give him also your coat. If someone takes from you what is yours, ask it not back, for indeed you are not able. I guess this is about recognizing your own limits. Yeah. You open Twitter, you see a lot of the time people who have not recognized their own limits, like they pick fights with cops, but when they get to their face, they don't like, they like stop, they don't do anything. And the cops is the one who get to do something because they have been the ones who have been given the authority. So it's like, why did you just pick this fight? It's like you lost control. I've sometimes been angry at the police. You know, they search my bags and stuff like that when I'm traveling, but I can't see myself ever being like getting physical with them. Maybe if they were like killing somebody in front of me, then I might get into trouble. I don't know. That's a weird place to go. I don't know why I went there. Just looking for examples, I guess. Give to everyone who asks you, and ask it not back, for the Father wills that to all should be given of our own blessings. Free gifts. Yeah. Generosity. True. Happy is he who gives according to the commandment, for he is guiltless. According to the commandments. So this is not about serving what is evil. It's about doing something that God in heaven wills. Then you need to know who God is to be able to do that like properly, right? You look at the Messiah and he is the way to the Father. He is the one who reveals him. What would Christ do? They used to sell those pendants or whatever they were, wristbands. Somebody turned it into money. A really good message. What would Jesus do? They turned it into like this cliche thing that somebody wears around their bracelet. That's the type of thing that you keep in your mind instead. Whoever made that thing, made money off of that thing, he certainly did not do what his bracelets tell him to do when he prostituted that message. That's a good way of thinking about things. Like, what would Christ do? Woe to him who receives, for if one receives who has need, he is guiltless. But he who receives not having need shall pay the penalty. Why he received and for what? I just received a big donation, and yesterday I received 50 euros from Tero also, and he has donated a lot more in the past. I think about stuff like this. Like, I'm thankful that I got this. It's like, it means like I can buy equipment, buy a data plan because I keep running out of data when I'm in Europe. I only have like 100 gigabits because I have a contract in Finland and they only offer 100 gigabits. That's the max you can get. So I sometimes have to actually buy like an extra prepaid or something like that, like an eSIM. They're kind of expensive. But you know, so that's like the best use, I think. But a lot of the time, honestly, what I end up doing with it is I just buy like things that make me fat. I really should cut down on that. If I'm to, you know, if these things have to be justified. Yeah, makes sense. He who receives not having need shall pay the penalty. Why he received and for what? And coming into confinement, he shall be examined concerning the things which he has done, and he shall not escape from there until he pays back the last penny. And also concerning this, it has been said, let your alms sweat in your hands until you know to whom you should give. So if you have something to give, don't just give it to anybody, you know, mindlessly and tell yourself that you did a good thing. No, you look toward God and hope that He brings somebody to you that you can then be generous with. And it's not just about like money, obviously, it's about anything that you have. Like your energy, like your love, things like that, right? I guess that wouldn't be an alm anymore. I don't know, it might. If you have only like a set amount of encouragement to give, then find the right person to encourage, not the idiot who is doing something that you don't believe in. Things like that. Anyway, let's keep reading. I'm not gonna read. The chapter 2 is the second commandment, grave sin forbidden, and the chapter 3 is other sin forbidden. I think these need to be read as one. But this video already became so long. I only did chapter 1. Well, this is what I mean when I say that this is the thing you should read rather than, you know, the first before the Bible. It's because like if you've read the Bible, maybe it's okay then also. Like it gives you more inspiration because you're looking at things from a different perspective. Like this is a different context. This is the writings of the apostles. This is the commandments of the Lord coming through the apostles. So it's something like it's coming from a different authority, different position, really, when you think about things, than the Bible. The Bible has its own authority in the world, but this is different. This is something that wasn't even included. And that, like, at least for me, makes me think, like, why? Because this is pretty good. Yeah, anyway.